Welcome to the TYCAST. This is episode number 48. It's Morbid time. Aaron, how you doing? You've been playing.
I'm doing good. Welcome to my Days Gone episode. We're going to talk about it with Max, and I've been playing Overlord, and that's about it.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, that will be seamless. Sorry, Russ. What have you been up to? You pick anything up? You've been playing?
I've only been playing Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah.
I've been refraining from buying anything since I'm moving, so
yeah.
But Ghostwire's been pretty fun. I've been enjoying it. It's kind of like an Infamous kind of game, going around a big city collecting a bunch of stuff.
Sure.
Pretty fun.
That's yeah. You were. I remember you posted when you first started. And you're like, it's like 11 out of 10 because you can pet all the dogs.
Yeah, you can feed them too.
Oh,
they eat out of your hand, and it's adorable.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Live on a racetrack now. So you haven't been picking anything up. Congrats on the house again. I know we talked about it last episode. That's huge. I'm sure the move is going to be not the most fun thing, so
I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah,
moving is awful, dude. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It's one of the worst things I have ever been through.
I managed to move
I don't have to do it again.
Yeah, I managed to move like 4 times in like a year and a half one time.
Oh my Lord Jesus, I couldn't do that.
Horrible. It was so bad, and like it was like downsizing and then having to fill like within like 8 months apart. It was horrible. It was absolutely miserable. So I never want to do that again. But yeah. Congrats on the house. Ghostwire. I want to play Ghostwire Tokyo. Aaron, was that what I was playing at PAX?
No.
What was that game? Because I get them mixed up, and I cannot. The one when I was on the Asus laptop.
Oh,
where I had the katana. It was like single hit kills.
That was
Ghostwire.
No. I'd have to think about that for a minute. No,
it has a similar name.
It's not Ghostwire.
Yeah, it has a similar name, and I mix it up all the time. I can't find it though.
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, I was searching for it and I could not find it. But I've been wanting to play that game too. But
isn't that Ghost Runner?
Is it Ghost Runner? Ghost Runner?
I think it is.
Yes, that's what it is.
Ghost Runner's amazing. That game's awesome.
Yeah, I was playing that at PAX for a little bit on
a little Asus tablet.
Yeah, that's what it was. That was cool. That was really neat. Yeah. Keezus, what have you been up to, man? How you doing?
Hello. A lot of Pokemon Unite and Fortnite.
I've been watching and lurking your streams. How's that going? I feel like those are 2 games that you love hate.
They are. Just live service games that I keep going back to that I need to stop. But I do need to start Dead Cells because Liz keeps telling me to start Dead Cells.
Yeah.
And now I confirm that it's Steam Deck compatible, so I need to handle that.
I have a very odd request. This is a rare Thursday where I have my kids and my son just woke up. Can we start the discussion on underrated games while I go see what he needs and make sure he goes back to sleep? Since that's how tonight's going. And I'll be right back.
Me and Aaron will start our Days
Gone.
You
guys start on Days Gone. I'll be right back.
Such an amazing game.
No, really,
Days Gone podcast.
It really. Hold on. So seriously, who has played Days Gone? I played it. Max played it.
Are you serious?
I haven't. Yeah, I know.
I don't.
I bought even the Last Guardian day one, but Days Gone was one I didn't have the time for at the time, so I didn't pick it up day one.
So
I'm so confused why it had such a mixed release at the time when it first came out.
And you know what the funny thing is? I actually I saw some videos on it and it looked really good. And this is like a week before release. So I sent it to my good friend. So, you know, him and I have known each other since we were like 2 years old, and we always talk video games. And I said, hey, I might check this out. And so he texted me back like an hour later and he's like, I pre-ordered it. I want it. And I was like, cool. So I didn't pre-order it. And like the day before, all the reviews came out and it was like 7s everywhere. And I text my friend. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get this. He's like, oh, well, I already have it pre-ordered. And I was like, well, I feel bad because I sent you those videos and like I kind of talked you into pre-ordering it. So I was like, I'm going to pre-order it. We'll play through it together. So I did. I pre-ordered it the day before, started it, and I was like, this is like, it might have more, like, I might have more of a connection to it, especially like with this specific friend, because like I said, we've known each other since we were 2. We like grew up like right next door to each other. We had dirt bikes growing up. So like this was like our perfect game. Like you're on a dirt bike, you're in the woods, and you're fighting zombies. It was like probably a game that we would have dreamed of making when we were younger. So like him and I both loved it. But there was a lot of things like with like open world stuff in that game that felt a lot better than like other open world games. Like, you know, when you're playing like GTA or you're playing Red Dead Redemption and you get on the horse or you get in the car and somebody's talking to you and you're like, yeah, whatever, like I just want to get to this next spot. Like it wasn't like that with Days Gone. When you were like traveling from place to place, first you had to like make sure you had enough ammo and stuff like that. You had to make sure you had enough gas in your bike, because if you got stuck out somewhere, like you were in trouble. It was like there was a real threat to running into like one of these instances, like I think it was like thieves or bandits, Max.
Yes, and then
like
the hordes.
Yeah, the hordes.
That was incredible what they were able to do with the technology.
Amazing.
Like I was impressed that they were able to put that many zombies and it still run good. I didn't get a chance to play it on the PlayStation 5, so I'm sure it runs way better with those scenes. That's something I want to try again eventually on my PlayStation 5. Because Days Gone, I think one of the reasons why I guess maybe people didn't like it is it came at a time where zombie games were like coming out very frequently. It felt like every other game was probably a zombie game, and I think people were just tired of the zombie genre. It sucks though that we're not getting a sequel because apparently they were wanting to do a sequel and then PlayStation declined it.
Now, it was Sony Bend who did it, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Bend, I believe also did Uncharted Golden Abyss prior, and then they also did Daxter for PSP.
Yep.
Yes.
Which were both awesome games.
Yeah.
I like both of those.
I think they've always been a studio that sadly, like Sony is like, okay, we're gonna give you a little bit to work with, and then they finally got their big chance, and because they didn't pull like a Sucker Punch where they created a one hit instantly, or a Guerrilla when they let Guerrilla do something other than Killzone and it didn't create a hit instantly. I think they kind of were like, okay, we're gonna go give the budget back to Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch and Insomniac. Sorry.
Do we know what Bend is doing right now?
Not a sequel to Days Gone.
Yeah.
I saw.
And it sucks because the details of Days Gone 2, if Days Gone 2 ever came out, that would have been such a huge and successful game because they were making it a multiplayer game, which was one of the things people really wanted in Days Gone in the first place, was the whole multiplayer side. And that would have been huge for a game like Days Gone. So Days Gone 2 would have been so successful. And it just sucks now that everyone realizes how good of a game it is.
It actually
didn't have the numbers.
Because I really don't. I barely use my PS5. There's multiple reasons for it, but I don't like how Sony invested so much into that game and set it, like, I don't want to spoil a lot of that game, but it does set it up very well for a sequel if you go through the true ending. And for them to just drop that and leave everybody hanging, like, for Sony to do that, it's mind-blowing. It makes me not want to invest in their games and their stories. So I think you need games like that. You need games that aren't like, that aren't Horizon Zero Dawn, that aren't God of War. They don't have to be, they don't have to sell 20 million copies in the first 2 months. Like, you need the games that are there for the real gamers like me. No, you know what I mean? Like,
here's the Sony's biggest issue. I don't want to like derail too much, but Sony's biggest issue is that I think sometime in the midlife of the PS4, they went through a CEO change. And I think since then they've taken, in 2014, it was like, okay, we want to make games for gamers. That was their marketing. That was how they killed Xbox that generation. That was how everybody and their mom owned a PS4 because they're like, oh, I want to play games. So they were experimental with The Order, with Horizon, with they still let them create another Killzone. There was a new Infamous. There was so much stuff coming out that was exclusive in the indie scene and like AAA titles in terms of like story content. And then towards the latter half of the PS4 is when I feel like mistakes started happening. I think Days Gone was handled poorly. I think it sold well. It deserves another chance given like that Bend has only done handhelds prior, and like Toast pointed out in chat, even if you go further back in their past, they did Bubsy 3D. So to see Bubsy 3D go all the way to Days Gone, I mean, the studio has a ton of potential. Sony is just now like so focused on money, it's kind of ridiculous. It's going to end up like hurting them in the long run in terms of like what people kind of seek after their brand for, which is, story driven single player games.
Yeah.
It seems like it was prime to be like another like core franchise for Sony, and so it's odd that they opted out of that because it's like maybe it's too much like they felt that it was too much like they were becoming too niche.
They had too many single player story games.
Yeah, but I mean, it seems like they're still going hard, like the re-releasing Uncharted again, and like they're not letting up other than that. So I don't want to derail this, but I know I interrupted and decided he wants to be awake right now, so he's back there, hopefully not disrupting or destroying anything. The BB8 Max, we'll rejoin that conversation. I just want to say hi to Max, Brittany, and Chris. Max, what have you been up to? What have you been playing? What have you picked up lately? You better not pull out. You better not pull out a fucking stack of games.
I do have it, but don't worry, I'm not going to show it all.
Go watch his video.
Watch my.
Just go link the YouTube video.
Yeah, I did a video games pickup video, and then a lot of my pickups are limited run games because I went to the retail store. So I got 4 games I'll show off. I finally got Layers of Fear. I think an episode like last year, I talked about how disappointed I was that I didn't get this when I went to their flea market event last year. I got this because I'm preparing myself. I know this is going to win a TYCAST nomination one day. I know. I'm actually going to play and beat this.
Nice.
So I bought that. That way, because I know a lot of you guys think I don't play the games that gets nominated. So we're going to change that. Also got Shantae and the Seven Sirens.
Yeah, I got that.
So I have every Shantae game except Pirate's Curse. And I don't know why, but apparently Shantae and the Pirate's Curse for the Switch is like a $500 to $600 game. And I don't know why, because that was one of the open pre-order ones. So I'm confused how that ended up being so valuable.
Weird.
But the people that waited out in the limited run store, they waited 2 days outside just for that game because they heard that they were going to have that there. And then I also got Fury, which is something I'm pretty excited to start playing.
That's really uncommon on Switch.
Yes, I got like 30 plus more Switch games. So go see my limited run video. I think I have to stall since of what Ty's doing right now in the background. So I also got the Jack and Daxter games on PS4. All of them. I got all of them on PS4.
Mad jelly.
Nice.
Those are so
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yes. Okay. My stalling is now done.
His little BB-8 bubble blower broke and had to fix it. Brittany, Scroller Wolf, how you been? What have you been up to? What have you been playing? Pick anything up lately?
So I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and then I started Sonic Mania with Jeremy, which I will say that the co-op in that game sucks so much booty.
Is it kind of like Sonic 2
little
style?
brother mode. Like you don't get to do anything. So it's just me. Like I'll phase in. Like it'll teleport me to Jeremy. Jeremy will run away, and then again
you fly back in. That's total Sonic 2. I think Sonic 3 was the same way. Where you can't really do much.
music is great. Pixel art's great. I'm probably gonna do a solo playthrough just on my own time since I think it's only like 5 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
So, and then Horizon Zero Dawn has been a joy. I really, really am liking it. Other than that, I've been playing with actually what I picked up, and that is Pokemon Puzzle on Game Boy Color.
Ooh, nice.
That looks awesome.
That's
I haven't played too much
cool
of
box
it.
art.
Yeah, so I don't have them, but I figured they're puzzle games, so like I can still play them in Japanese.
Yeah.
But they're all complete in box, and then this is Tilt and Tumble.
That's awesome.
Look at this happy little puffball.
Little curbs.
And then I got a Kirby shirt, which I'm wearing.
They had that at GameStop. I wanted to buy that shirt so bad.
They're buy one get one free.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh.
Then,
Okay, I'm going there tomorrow.
Let's see. I got this is the other shirt I got, but it's Hello Kitty Gundam.
Nice.
My question on the Min Min Amiibo. Did your store have many of them? Because the places I've gone, they did not get many of the Min Min Amiibos. So I'm trying to figure out if that's going to be like a rare Amiibo, potentially.
I think it will be. I don't see it getting a reprint. They wouldn't tell me the number that they had because they were scared that people were going to try to come and buy a bunch of them. But they had quite a few at my store. But mine's also a high volume store.
Oh, okay.
The coolest thing I got is this was the pre-order bonus for Pokemon Emerald. I wasn't trying to get this at all, but I got it for like a really good deal, and it is complete other than the outer sleeve. So
I didn't even know pre-order bonuses were a thing back in that era.
Yeah.
I used to pre-order bonus like every single Pokemon game that came out, and I know I have that somewhere, but I was too young to understand what a steelbook actually was, so I just threw it somewhere. But I definitely have it.
I forgot about this, but I got Pokemon cards. The reason I got this is because this card was exclusive to Japan if you pre-ordered the game. So it has a stamp for Arceus Legends if you get the Japanese version, but it also has a figure, so I thought those were cool.
Nice.
I've been addicted to Pokemon cards recently. I can't stop.
You need to stop.
Yeah. I was addicted for a bit, and then I got behind on organizing them, and so I'm like, I'm not buying another one until I finish organizing all these. And that's pretty much stopped me from buying Pokemon cards because I'm too busy and lazy to keep organizing. So I have like stacks of ones to organize. I was sleeving all the big ones, but I was trying to catalog them in binders and stuff. 2 different sets because my son was wanting to buy them, and I was like, you need to organize your own cards. And he's like, okay, I don't want Pokemon cards anymore. And so
I don't want chores.
he's like, this is the work. Chris, Toaster Dog, what have you been up to? What have you been playing?
I've been playing actually quite a bit. I got back into Dragon Quest XI, which I really want to beat. I'm like 90 hours into it and about halfway done, so I have a long way to go still. I've been playing Rocket League, of course.
Yes.
My sister-in-law came down on Sunday or Monday and brought her Switch, and we hooked up and did Animal Crossing, and I found out that when I got my new Switch, my island didn't transfer, so I lost 235 hours of Animal Crossing.
No.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be playing that again.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm a little bitter. Anyway, so I only got 2 things. One I got from my awesome friend named Ty, which is this Girls soundtrack from PAX.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
pretty cool. And I also, of course, bought 13 Sentinels on Switch.
Round 2.
I had to at this point. I had to. So that's it from me.
Nice. Yeah. Sorry it took a bit to get that to you.
No problem.
It's tough to bring 2 small children into a post office and not have them wreak total havoc, and so I was waiting till I had a day off.
All good.
Yeah, okay, so me, I haven't picked really anything up. We never showed this, Aaron, but Aaron got Russ these BioShock shot glasses. I don't know if you can, like, and so Russ, I'm bringing these to Too Many Games next month.
I'm like stupidly excited for those. Thank you, by the way.
Now, are you
You're
guys going
welcome.
to use them at Too Many Games?
Yes. Definitely. Welcome everyone that just popped into chat. Good to see you all. Nick, Sally, Liz. Anyone I missed? The games I've been playing a lot of Halo Infinite still. Season 2 is live. Excuse my son who apparently decided bedtime isn't a thing tonight, of course. The he's like playing the piano right now. What else have I been playing? Sally and I have been playing Overcooked. We're almost beat everything so far in the all you can eat collection. That's been fun. And then what else have I been playing? I started back into Cyberpunk. Because I'm actually really enjoying that. And it's
finally somebody else agrees with me.
I really liked it.
Yeah,
I forgot you liked it.
Because I was waiting till the PS5 update because I bought it for PS4 for like $14 or something, like complete.
Wait, is everyone saying they hate Cyberpunk? What's going on?
I don't know. I don't.
That's the popular take.
The
I enjoyed the hell out of Cyberpunk.
I haven't played it.
I don't know that anybody hated it. I think it just had so many glitches that when it first came out, that
bugs
it got
alone,
a really, yeah.
It was fire.
Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it, and so it's been a game that has been sticking in my head, and it's my first CD Projekt Red game. I've never played Witcher, and so I was like, I'm gonna, because I knew I was gonna be really into the setting of Cyberpunk, and so I was like, if this game can't get me into this genre of games, then nothing will. And so I was kind of just like waiting it out, and I was waiting for the PS5 update. And so finally that came, and so I've been playing it on PS5 and really enjoying it. And so I'm excited to get back into that. Other than that, Nintendo Switch Sports here and there.
With Sally
On stream, and then she leaves because I beat her every time. So yeah, I don't know if anyone else plays that. Sal and I have been playing it, but she won't play with it. Play with me anymore. So that's probably done now. All right, let's get back into it.
Wait, did you say Mario Odyssey?
And Mario Odyssey. Yeah, I'm almost done with that. I have like 2 kingdoms left. Never again. Yeah, no. I would be surprised if she plays that game with me ever again. I was streaming Mario Odyssey this week. I'm trying to finish it here and there. But yeah, were we still talking about Days Gone, or do we don't like
we don't have to
that
talk about
that was enough
anymore.
Days Gone, right? Sorry, I missed part
Everybody
of it.
should play Days Gone.
Yes.
You want to say hi? Yeah.
Oh. What's his underrated game?
Yeah.
Maybe
Mario?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Kirby.
Nice.
And Kirby?
Yeah.
That's an awesome game.
And maybe I won't play.
You want to play?
Maybe not play with a fun game.
Okay, but you want to play a fun game?
Yeah.
Okay, say bye.
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 All right, go.
Play Mario.
You want to play Mario?
Yeah.
All right, go get your Switch.
He's got good taste.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
I was expecting him to say Roblox for a second.
his older brother is all Roblox. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. Like I said, this is a rare night where I have him on Thursdays. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's go around. Anyone can jump in. Just give me your what your a game or 2 or 3 or whatever of your underrated games. Anyone can go. We don't have to go in order. I'm not gonna.
How many can we do? Are we doing 1? I have 3 games.
Yeah,
I have like
9.
I have 3.
Whatever you guys want. just start throwing things out, and anyone can interrupt each other.
Banger.
Just go for it.
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. So there's this game from Insomniac Games that when it came out,
Oh, never mind.
Oh no,
Never
oh.
mind.
No, I'm not saying Spider-Man.
No.
That isn't. I'm not saying
Hey.
Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
I thought
I'm
you
not
were-
saying it. That's a whole different company. Insomniac Games wasn't making that game.
I
at the
know. I
time.
forgot. I was just ready for Spider-Man.
I know I throw that game out a ton, but I'm not going to talk about that game today. So, I mean, actually, it's going to be talked about later, but I'm not talking about it for underrated games. So, I'm starting off with a non-Spider-Man game, Sunset Overdrive.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about I mean, I don't know if you would call them zombies or not, but that's definitely what the game was going for. Sunset Overdrive was such a fun game. It sucks because it didn't sell well at the time when it came out. I think it sold good later on when it became like a game on sale frequently. But as a $60 game, it didn't sell well. So we're probably never going to see a sequel again. But it was really cool seeing how last year, I believe, was last year when the new Ratchet and Clank came out, right? Last year was
yeah.
okay. So Insomniac Games was hyping up Ratchet and Clank by tweeting a lot of their previous IPs and like putting them into Ratchet and Clank. And we actually saw Sunset Overdrive be one of the games that they talked about in one of those images. So it was pretty cool seeing that game. I hate that not many people played it. I was hoping when PlayStation bought Insomniac that they would have ported that over to PlayStation and all those, because I think Insomniac can do that. I don't think Xbox owns the rights to Sunset Overdrive.
I think they might. I think they might. Yeah, I think they might own it.
Gosh dang it. Then we're never seeing a sequel. Gosh dang it.
You're talking about sorry, I missed that part. Who owns what?
Insomniac owns Sunset Overdrive.
Or does Xbox
But
own
I think Microsoft owns that IP. I could be wrong. We'll have to look that up later.
Yeah, there's always
I remember
different
like
between...
I was so hyped about that game because it looked like it should be a PlayStation game because Xbox was like taking a chance with a game like that. And then that was a game that came bundled with the first white Xbox One. So like that, the only way to get a white Xbox One at that time was to get a Sunset Overdrive bundle. And those things were like selling out everywhere. Game was fun though.
That game, like if you play that game after playing Spider-Man, that game is pretty inspired by the Spider-Man games in terms of how the gameplay is, and it's cool because the main character in that game is actually the person voicing Spider-Man in the Insomniac games. So that's pretty cool that we had him voice the main character of the other Insomniac games. So yeah, that's one of my underrated games. Do you want me to keep going, or does the next person want to go?
Yeah, anyone can jump in.
It looks like that game is owned by Insomniac still.
Okay, let's go.
Google,
Let's get the sequel. Let's go ahead and get remaster of all the other platforms out there. Let's get it on PlayStation because we need more people to play this game.
It is on PC.
I want to play it a second time. Is it really?
Yeah, it's on PC. Yeah.
All right, to all the PC Master Race people, it's time to get on it. Play Sunset Overdrive.
I'm too busy playing Web of Shadows. Sorry.
What really?
No.
Oh man, bro, why did you have to get me all excited? No, because you know what? That's what's gonna win tonight. I'm speaking it into existence. All y'all about to be playing Spider-Man Web of Shadows because that's what's gonna win tonight. Well, I guess Ty decided to leave.
He had enough of Web of Shadows talk.
Who else has an underrated banger?
I have 3. I have 2 that are more like well known as being underrated, and then I have truly one that I in my opinion it's underrated. I think it's a pretty good game. But I can start with
The Last of Us 2.
No. It got enough love and attention. What's
your favorite underrated game out of those 3? Which one are you like most passionate about that everyone should play?
That's really hard because 2 are really unique. But okay, Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds, I know it's gotten praise and it's gotten a lot of attention, but it's gotten nowhere near the amount of attention and love that the game deserves. In terms of like if you watch the making of how they made the game, and just in ways that like it plays, like it's so vastly different from like any other experience I've kind of had. It's like on an emotional level, it's got like some good depth to it. On a storytelling point, it's basically it's up to you to learn as much story as you want. You can either just entirely progress puzzles, or you can go out of your way to find story elements, but it's not so complex to find the story elements to where it's impossible. And I'm someone who's particularly stupid with games. There are times where I had to use a walkthrough, but it was like basically after I got over this like one little tiny thing, I could immediately advance and progress through the rest of the puzzle, just completely self-exploratory, and I could just like figure it out on my own. The physics behind the game are incredible. You can totally solve puzzles just by breaking the game with the physics. Like there's not many characters in the game, but the ones that you kind of meet and stuff, I feel like you become attached to, just because there's not too many characters in the game. The music is beautiful. There's not much of it. A lot of it is kind of ambiance. I think each planet has its own music, and then you get music when you're like flying around and stuff. And yeah, I mean the whole game is just it's truly unlike anything I've played. It's in a league of its own. Yeah, there's like, I guess the only similarity is, I believe, I haven't played Majora's Mask, but I believe Majora's Mask also does like a time loop style of game play or something like that, and that's the only similarity to it. But other than that, it started out as a pure passion project from a college student, and Anna Perna helped to turn it into something bigger. And yeah, it's just you should play it. It's really, really good.
I need to try it. I've started it a couple times, and I get like 5 minutes into it, and yeah.
It can be frustrating. Like, it's definitely one that you'll be at a puzzle and you're like, what the heck am I supposed to do? And then when you get it, it's like, it's magic. It's like an epiphany. You're like, this is like, I feel like a kid again when I was like playing an adventure game and I had no idea I was supposed to go and find like this item to open this door. It's like I haven't really like had a gaming experience kind of like that in a very long time, where it feels like it brought me back to that nostalgic sense of being a child in like a foreign land in a game. Like it sucked me in. I was playing it off stream just looking for more stuff to read, and I don't typically do that because I don't have a lot of time, but I procrastinated homework and other things just to play more Outer Wilds.
Cool. I can try that again.
Yeah. I've heard great things. What was I just gonna say? Thank you, Soren, for the gifted sub to Nettie. Appreciate that. Sorry for that interruption. He wanted.
Oh, no.
To play Mario
I have
Odyssey.
2 other games, but I don't know if you want to make sure you get to everybody.
Yeah, everyone. Let's get everyone through at least once.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to jump in?
I want to hear
All
Keith.
right.
I can go.
All right.
Oh,
So
yep,
here, at first, I was gonna say Kirby Air Ride because no one talks about that game enough. But then I was scrolling through my Steam library, and a game that does not get enough praise for being a top tier multiplayer game is Remnant from the Ashes.
Ooh.
That is a fantastic game to play with people. Easy to understand, just go around, shoot things. And it's just a fun little co-op shooter when you make it, or you can play it all single player, but had a great atmosphere. Didn't understand the story. They did a poor job doing that part, but
Close enough. Russ, what were you gonna say?
The one I was going to pick was Dante's Inferno. When Aaron brought it up a while ago, it reminded me of that game, and that game is so good. It's basically a clone of God of War, but it's
okay.
I kind of like it better than the older God of Wars. It takes place in hell, and it's all about Dante's adventure through hell. And what's sad is they definitely set it up for a second one, and then we're never going to see a second one of that.
I want to key in on Air Ride. Why Air Ride? Because I never played that. I didn't have GameCube, and then I tried it like with my Wii, and I was like, this is kind of weird, but I didn't really give it a chance. What's unique about it?
so it is like such a cartoony racing game, that no one plays enough and no one talks about enough because there's always Mario Kart out there.
Sure.
But it's just something as Kirby as the main focus of a racing game, and then they also had like a like GTA sort of mode where you just race around the city and you can break buildings, which is my favorite mode. Like you literally just mess around in the city, and then like you can trigger events and whatnot. It's just such a slept-on mechanic for Kirby and racing games in general.
Yeah,
it's definitely a fun party game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I played it by myself. And I was like, okay. I like did a couple races, and I was like, that's all I got into it. But I've always liked everything Kirby, so I was like, oh, maybe you need more people to. I don't know.
No, absolutely.
What was I just gonna say? Who hasn't gone before we start looping around? Besides
Chris.
I have
Chris.
some.
All right.
I have a pile here, but I'm gonna make it quick. Adventures of Lolo on NES is a puzzle game, and it's not like anything you'd expect. It's all developed by HAL, who I think also made Kirby back in the day. So it's got like
They do
cute
Smash, too.
puzzball characters. It's just one of those games where it starts off super simple and then gets super difficult. I also have Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime, which is probably my favorite underrated game. It's gotten a little more popular recently, but definitely worth the play. I thought it was going to be like a traditional RPG, but it turns out it's basically you're a slime and you can stretch your body out and smack people. And then near the middle portion of the game, you actually get into tank battles with the CPU. So it's really cool. And then the last one I have is Owlboy for Switch. So I actually had a friend on another Discord server, hook me up with one of the developers of this game after I beat it, and I sent him a copy of one of mine to sign, and he basically created Owlboy 2 for me.
That's awesome.
And
That's awesome.
And he wrote me a note too, which was pretty cool. It basically says thanks for your support, and it's
That's
fun to
rad.
get to talk to fans. So yeah, one other game I want to mention that nobody talks about is Final Lap Twin for TurboGrafx 16. It's a hybrid racing and RPG, which is a super strange combination. The translation is absolutely abysmal, but it's still really fun to play, and you should check it out.
What platform was that on? Did you say?
It's on TurboGrafx 16.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I was like, what? I've never even heard of that. I want to get a what is it? The handheld TurboGrafx, the Turbo.
Oh, the Express.
Express, yeah, Turbo Express. But I don't want to spend.
I was so. Every time I saw one of those, like in a Toys R Us when I was a kid, I was like, man, I wish I was rich.
Yeah, exactly.
That thing was so cool. You could get the adapter to watch TV on it.
Yeah, I had the.
Man.
My friend had the that same adapter for the Game Gear with like the TV, the antenna.
Oh, that's
TV
right.
tuner.
Yeah.
There's the same thing, and I was so jealous. So well, we have requests now. You wanna play the sock game? Oh, the shark game?
Yeah.
Okay, give me just a second, okay?
He wants to play Maneater.
I don't know what even. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I don't know what the shark game is.
Jaws.
So
Baby
Jaws on
Shark?
NES. That'll keep him busy.
Jaws on NES.
Yeah.
Baby Shark video game?
Did they have one of those? I probably
think
did.
so.
I don't know. I don't know who
Probably
owns
is.
the rights to Baby Shark.
I do. I'm joking.
It's like,
So
hey,
I had a
Matt.
few things that I actually I'm gonna wait because if someone else wants to go for round 2, he's gonna fight me on to be louder than me. But if someone wants to go, I'm gonna be right back and name him.
Great. I'll go. Death Stranding. Russ, I know what you. I hear it in your mind what you're saying right now. But Death Stranding, I have never been immersed into a video game like Death Stranding once I started to realize the true meaning behind it. One day, I just decided I was going to play the game. I was in like chapter 5, it was like 1 o'clock. I play it, and then all of a sudden, I look to the clock. It's 8 o'clock. I spent 7 hours without realizing how long I was playing that game.
Yeah, because you have to
That
walk.
I'm telling you, if you look into the true, that comment was funny. That was really funny. If you look into the true meaning behind this game, the story, the reason why the gameplay is like what it is like the coolest and greatest thing I have ever played. Actually, it's not the greatest thing I've ever played. That's way too strong of a comment for the game. But the game is still really good. It's amazing. Kojima is a masterpiece for that game. I'm always going to defend Death Stranding. I need to play the director's cut, or I think that's what they called it. I don't know what they called the PS5 edition of the game. I know they changed a lot of people's complaints with the game, so I don't know if I'm going to like that, because there is a reason why you have to walk so much, especially within the first 3 chapters of the game, because the whole idea between the first 3 chapters of the game is that it's trying to tell you that the character is boring. And that's what the character says in the beginning of the game, that he's a boring person, boring guy. He doesn't want to do this mission because he just wants to do his boring stuff. So I'm always going to defend that game. This episode will end up being 6 hours if I continue going with Death Stranding. Go play Death Stranding. Give it a chance.
Hey, if you're on PS Plus, it's coming, the full director's cut to the PS Plus, this, whatever the top tier is. I don't remember.
It's already part of the. Is it already part of the PS Plus free games things? It's not.
No. It's that's one of the ones that was like the standout for the new one.
Last thing on Death Stranding. The thing that annoys me so much about the game when it comes to people hating on the game, a lot of people, a majority of people, dropped it before you get past chapter 3. And I tell people, once you are done with the first 3 chapters of the game's gameplay gets more interesting, more difficult. You get interested in the story. That's how I was. That's how the game story is meant to be in gameplay. So
Max, do you think that the fact that it was so like dragging at the beginning makes the rest of it in contrast that much better, or do you think it was just bad design to have such a
I think it makes it better. Because again, if you look between the meaning behind that game and a lot of decisions they do with that game, it's legit incredible.
Yeah,
because the gameplay is purposely boring, and I know that sounds like such a bad idea for a game, but if you look between the story and all of that, it makes sense with the gameplay. It's really smart what they do. The gameplay is boring on purpose.
Yeah, that sounds counterintuitive.
I just read the Twitch chat.
Carry a soggy baby. Okay, so I haven't gone yet, but I think I have him tamed now. So where's my, I had notes. Okay, first of all, there's a game. So this game it got a lot of praise and it was really popular and it was really big, but I feel like it gets forgotten all the time, and it's the original Unreal Tournament. That game was so revolutionary in terms of multiplayer first-person shooters that it kind of shaped, like that and Quake at the same time, but I feel like Unreal Tournament even more so. It's a game, Blazing Lasers? What is Blazing Lasers?
Ignore him.
Unreal Tournament, that game kind of like shaped my that and the original Rainbow Six kind of shaped my gaming in high school, and so that one I just want to say, like, just the mechanics of the like kind of arena style first person shooter, like I feel like they're trying to, so many of those mechanics that originated in that game are still around, and no one really talks about that game anymore. The other thing that I'm just going to talk about blanketly, and I know I'm beating a dead horse, but almost every single Dreamcast game is heavily underrated. Choo Choo Rocket, one of the most amazing puzzle party games that you can play, and you can't really play it anymore, which sucks because it's so fun and so chaotic and frantic and everything. Power Stone, one of the best like brawler like multiplayer fighters, like it, but it was like 3D and like in a little thing you could interact with objects. So it's such a, both 1 and 2 are great. NFL 2K was like it jumped the whole generation of sports games in 1 year. Like the games that were coming, like the Madden games before NFL 2K were just absolute shit. And then NFL 2K came out, and then finally EA was like, "Oh, I guess we should probably start making games to this level." And it took them a couple of years, and then they're like, "Oh, we have enough money. Let's just buy the license out." After 5 years, after like it took 5 years for EA to just put all the money out just to shut down 2K because they were every year they were making better games. Virtua Tennis, the first one, is amazing. I feel like the quality dropped off and it kind of tarnished the brand a little bit. But the first one was one of the greatest like tennis games. There weren't good tennis games before that. Rappa the Rappa was PlayStation, but I threw it on this list because that game is just epic, and I don't hear enough about that.
I'm so sad that there isn't like a collection of Parappa games.
I know. And then like
because it's kind of hard. Yeah, it's hard. They're hard to get on like all of their respective consoles. I'd love just like a nice, neat package for $60 of all the Parappa games.
That would be awesome. Dino Crisis was a game that I was obsessed with for a long time. Like I wouldn't play Resident Evil.
I loved that game.
I wouldn't play Resident Evil, but I would play Dino Crisis. I love Dino Crisis, and I was like, this was the game that, and it was always overshadowed by Resident Evil. It was same team, right? Or was it completely different? Like who did Resident Evil? That's Capcom.
Capcom.
Yeah, Dino Crisis was Capcom.
Capcom,
also.
okay. But I felt like it always got overshadowed.
I think the guy who did Dino Crisis actually went on to make Ace Attorney, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
Those are different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my last one is Phantasy Star Online. Playing that online in like 1999, 2000, with like a group of 4 people playing like an online RPG and like working together. That, like, the fact that even existed at that time, and I don't remember because I played it a lot, but we always would text chat. But that was such a, it felt like you were playing in the future. And then but no one really talks about it. I know there's like Phantasy Star Online 2, but it's not really caught on. But it was so ahead of its time.
I have an interesting link to make. So the guy that made Dino Crisis also developed Goof Troop for Super Nintendo, and that is a great game if you haven't played it.
Goof Troop for Super Nintendo?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It's co-op puzzle.
Ooh. I'd be down for that. I like my co-ops.
Disney had a lot of like absolute bangers on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, all that licensed stuff. All right, that's that's all I have to say about underrated games. Anyone else have anything else before we get into the video game book club? Any final thoughts? Any other that you haven't talked about?
There's lots, but we don't have time.
Yeah, we have to go.
I actually want to ask a quick question. Did anybody play the Saboteur?
No,
I don't even know what that is.
I've heard
it's
of
it. It's another like open world game, but it takes place in like World War II and Nazi occupied Paris. So it's basically like Grand Theft Auto, but you're in Nazi occupied Paris, and like every time you like complete the missions in one area, that open world part of the area turns from black and white to color. And until you like liberate all of Paris. Pretty cool.
It's like Pleasantville in video game version.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
I never played that. Any last thought? Any final words?
I want to throw out my retro pick because I believe it is truly criminally underrated, and it's a Zelda clone on the PS2. I don't know if you guys have heard of The Dog. It's a line of pictures of dogs with big noses, and it's taken in a fisheye lens. It was really big in Japan in 2000, and then kind of blew up in the States. They had McDonald's toys for it, and I remember when I was like in elementary school, they were plastered all over like binders and backpacks and stuff, and they had plushes. But it did get a game called The Dog Island. It was released on Wii and on PS2. But it is surprisingly like really, really fun. Not many people I know have ever played it or done anything with it, but yeah, it's a Zelda clone. There's no combat, but there is character customization, and the story is pretty engaging for, you know, a silly licensed kids game. It's cheap too to pick up and play if you're into picking up stuff for retro consoles, and then also on if it's PS2, it's easy to emulate. It's just really fun. I played it a lot as a kid, and I've popped it in a few times and played it again as an adult, and I think it still holds up.
Nice. All right. We ready for the video game book club number 10?
Doing it.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? Let's see.
We got this, Russ. We got this.
I hope so.
Okay.
Wait. Marcus on YouTube says House of the Dead 2 and Confidential Mission.
I almost brought up House of the Dead and House of the Dead 2. Those are fantastic games on the Dreamcast and in the arcade too.
They just came out on Switch, right? The remakes.
Yeah, are they out now?
I think maybe on some other, maybe
soon, if not now. I know they're coming out. The one thing is like having the light gun was huge. That makes it so much more fun, rather than using, you know, a cursor or like your analog stick or something. But they had the light guns for Dreamcast, and that was awesome. House of Dead was a fantastic game. I didn't play. What was the other one? I didn't play that one.
Confidential Mission.
I may have played that, but I don't have a ton of memories of it. All right, so we're going through the nominations for the Video Game Book Club number 10. The first game. Whoa. Is from. So we'll go with everyone that's here first. Aaron, you nominated BioShock. Why did you nominate BioShock?
They told me. It's one of the worst games I've ever played, and I honestly hate suffering alone. So I want all of you to play it.
Gosh.
No, it's a good story. It's very it's just a single player, somewhat linear game, but just a really good story. Like I rarely remember video game stories, even when they're good, and I remember this one. There's a lot about it that stands out, and it's just one of those, like, if you play video games, this is a game that you have to say you've played.
Yeah. I should say now also, Russ, you nominated BioShock as well. So it has 2 entries this week. Because we're spinning the wheel this week. We're not voting. As soon as we're done here now, like nominating, I'm spinning it we'll know tonight what game we're playing. Russ, do you have anything to add about BioShock?
It's honestly probably in my top 3 favorite games of all time. So people need to play it.
Cool. All right, so that's 1 and 2. How's that? The next is Keezus. You did Unbeatable White Label.
I'm gonna keep going too. Until I convince
going
myself to play it, I'm gonna keep going with it.
It looks amazing. It looks like something that I would love.
It's fun.
Oh, Rush, you played it?
I beat it. Well, beat what was available so far. I don't think everything's out for it yet.
Okay.
It's still early access, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, Unbeatable White Label. Where
a game that we wouldn't have to finish. I think I might be into that.
What is next? Max. Oh God, Max.
I'm feeling confident. I'm gonna win this time. You know, I don't think I've ever had a game win won for the TYCAST yet. And, you know, I think now is the time that I win with the spinning wheel. It's gonna happen.
So it's Spider-Man: Web of Shadows.
Amazing game.
Yeah, so
It's time. It's time for everyone to play this game. I mean, we've gone like how many episodes have I think I've probably talked about it like almost every appearance I've been here, and I think it's time that everybody here knows why I love this game so much. It's my favorite game of all time. I probably should have talked about it in the underrated title, but I'm saving it because you know why? Because it's gonna win tonight. Next month, I'm gonna tell you why it's my favorite game of all time and why everyone here is gonna love playing the game. Get ready, everyone.
Okay.
Next month, number 10, Web of Shadows.
All right. Skrill, you did To the Moon.
Yeah.
Where is that? There it is. Okay. Why'd you nominate To the Moon?
I have it and I want to play it. And I know you picked it up, and I think Toast has talked about it, and he also has it.
I realized I have it twice. I already had it on Steam too. I think I bought it in a collection or something. So now I have it on Switch and Steam.
Also, it's supposed to have a good story, and I'm a sucker for games with good stories.
So Toast, you also nominated To the Moon. So this is our other double nomination. Do you have anything to say about it?
Nope. Everybody should play it. That's it.
So To the Moon. Yeah, buy twice, play nonce. That's where I'm at right now. And then I'll save my pick, but we also have from Lukester Lee. He nominated Life is Strange 1.
Good one.
So that's Luke's pick. And then what else do we got? To the Moon. Okay, Neander Meander nominated Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. And then who else do we got? Right here. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Oh, this is like a cinematic trailer. There we go. Sorry if that's loud. I kind of want to play Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I liked Donkey Kong Country when we played through that. Or that was what, the second or third one?
Mm-hmm.
And then next we have Nettie. Hi Nettie, if you're still hanging. She changed her pick. Her first pick was What the Golf, and then she changed it to let me try this down. To Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. And so I'm curious why this shift was made, but it seems like the first pick was What the Golf.
Oh, I think a story game.
So, but then she changed it.
I do want to play this.
Yeah, I want to play it too.
So
I've been seeing
looks
people
fun.
stream it, and I'm just like, this looks so fun.
I think it's on Game Pass too.
Oh, it's
just in case.
Oh yeah, it was an Xbox.
Anybody has Game Pass.
Anyone has Game Pass. And then next we have Sally, Retro Arcade Party. She nominated
Nintendo Switch Sports.
Castlevania for the NES. Back to Castlevania. This is one of the only retro games that was nominated this month. So it gets hard. This looks like it'd be a very, very hard game. So
it is.
It is. Oh, great. So Castlevania for the NES. And then next is Liz. Liz nominated. Turn this down a little bit. Liz nominated Catherine or Catherine Full Body, whichever you have access to, which I've heard is an awesome game as well. Liz, if you're still here.
I love Catherine.
Good luck. I've always been intrigued by this game. Whichever one pleasures you. Exactly. So Catherine, and then my pick is. My pick is Sonic Spinball. Okay.
He wants to talk.
He wants a lollipop. Yeah, my game is Sonic Spinball. But all right, give me 2 seconds. I need to figure out how to do this.
So who's ready to play Spider-Man One of the Shadows?
Actually, let's spin it. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Here we go. New screen. You guys are gonna see it
Spider-Man One of
first.
Shadows.
All right, here we go. Let's spin it. I don't even know. Oh, click to spin. Here we go.
I've never been so nervous in my entire life.
It's quite the collection of games we got.
Oh no, it's not.
The winner
Gosh,
is To the Moon.
Go,
Oh,
yeah.
oh my god.
Skriller Wolf's.
I didn't want to play no Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
That was close. That was close.
It's honestly, I think it's one of the most fair like Donkey Kong Country games, but it's up there in difficulty with the other ones.
So it's to the moon one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. I bought that on Switch because I think it was on sale, and Toaster Dog said it was amazing. So
I think I actually Toast, I think I traded you for a copy of To the Moon, right? I traded some SNES games to you last year.
Yep.
And have you played it yet?
No.
No?
No, I've just heard a bunch of good stuff about it, and I've tried to avoid spoilers because I know it's like pretty story heavy. So
Are you gonna open your copy or buy it digitally?
yeah, I'll open my copy.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, sorry, I'm having a meltdown right now, and I cannot. I need to contain this. So we're gonna end the episode.
All right.
But
He's pretty excited about To the Moon.
yeah, he just wants to play To the Moon right now.
This is a great ending.
Oh man! All right. For some reason, I was like, maybe
He's
tonight's
upset
not
that
the...
Spider-Man Web of Shadows didn't win. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Sorry for the chaos. We're gonna go out and raid. We're gonna raid out to Soren who did a gifted sub.
We gotta get the lollipop. Let's go.
The lollipop. All right, you guys have a good night.
Have a good night.
All right, we're out of here. Bye. I'm gonna go rescue my kid. Shark game. Adios.
See ya.